I'm Chef Eric Wells. My business is Skye LaRae's Culinary Services. Today we made a Thai bouillabaisse. So here we have some vegetables we picked up from A&J Produce at the West Side Market. They have been one of my favorite vendors. I get a lot of my veggies from there. So we're just dicing up some carrots here, and we're actually going to do a little mirepoix. So a mirepoix is technically carrots, onions, and celery that we're just chopping up. We're going to use as a base for the broth that we're making today. So diced up some carrots here, and that's a rough dice on the carrots. Then what I'm going to do is just kind of take my onion, kind of dice up my onion, peel the onion. There is a key to not crying when you cut an onion. My key is, as crazy as it sounds, get a wooden spoon and put it in your mouth as you dice up the onion, and you won't cry, because what's happening is you're breathing out of your mouth then, and it prevents you from breathing in your nose, all those fumes in your nose. Or you can just talk like I'm talking right now, and I shouldn't be crying, okay? So we're doing a rough little chop here also on the onion. Again, about a half a cup. So we're gonna take that. And again, these vegetables are from the West Side Market, from A&J Produce, okay? So we're good with that. Then we're gonna take some celery here. So I'm gonna take probably one rib of celery. Gonna rinse it off here, okay? Cut it. And then we're just gonna dice this up here also. Again, about a half a cup. And it's important when you're cutting vegetables, or you have, if you cook a lot at home, please make sure that you have a sharp knife. Believe it or not, you can hurt yourself more with a dull knife than a sharp knife. So make sure that your knives are really sharpened. So we're going to go ahead and add our celery in here. And the next thing we're going to do here is start working on our broth for our Thai bouillabaisse, okay? So what we have here, guys, is we have some shrimp that we picked up from Case Fish in the West Side Market. These are U10s, so they're really big shrimp. We're gonna do is take about 4 of them, 4 to 6 of them, and we're gonna peel them, but we're going to save the shells. Now the shells are gonna be used to make our broth here. So we're gonna peel these. Now it's interesting with me, I think I'm the only chef in the world that's allergic to shellfish. And of course I pick a dish that's almost all shellfish. I like to live dangerously. So we'll see. If anything goes bad, we'll just call 911 and everything will be okay. So we're peeling the shrimp, and again, we're keeping the shells because the shells are gonna be the base. So we're peeling the shrimp. We got 4 of them here, so I think 4 should be great for us. These are wonderful, beautiful shrimp. I'm gonna grab my bowl, put the 4 in here. Then what I'm gonna do is quickly devein these here. So by deveining them, what I'm gonna do is take my knife, just kind of slit down the back of the shrimp, and take out the little ungood part in there. And I usually just take a knife. You can use a paring knife if you like. I like to use my chef's knife. I use my chef's knife for everything. If I didn't find this can opener, we'd have been using my chef's knife to open the cans that we're gonna use today. But we're gonna use our can opener, but I don't wanna add any salt or pepper to this. I don't want a salty broth. The shrimp shells are gonna give it some kind of saltiness or some kind of umami almost in the dish. So I don't wanna add any additional salt. And then later in the dish, we're actually using fish sauce, which is going to give it a lot of saltiness. So we don't want to use any additional salts in this, okay? So as this cooks down, we're going to go ahead and add our shrimp shells. As you see, shells are nice and pretty. And these shells are just gonna, again, release flavor into this pot. And then what I'm gonna do is add water. And that's gonna be the base for our broth. And we're just gonna let this broth kind of cook down a little bit for about 15 minutes. And that's gonna be the base for our bouillabaisse when we make the Thai bouillabaisse. Now, bouillabaisse technically is a French dish. And what makes it Thai are the Thai ingredients that I'm gonna use, which technically we're using coconut milk, we're using some Thai fish sauce along with some Thai red curry, a little spicy curry, okay? Let this cook down a couple of minutes here, and then what we're gonna do is go ahead and add our water to this.
Okay.
We're adding our water to the dish. Added about 2 cups of water. And we just want all those flavors to concentrate in there. The celery, the carrots, the onions, along with the shrimp shells. And again, that's just gonna make an amazing broth. And then what I'm gonna do, once that finishes kind of cooking, I'm gonna take my little strainer and I'm gonna strain it right back into my little Pyrex bowl here and take out all the solids, and that broth is gonna be nice and flavorful. Again, no salt, no pepper. I just want it to be a nice flavorful broth. So we've reduced down the broth here and kind of concentrated the flavors. I'm gonna turn this off and strain this here. So we made amazing shrimp stock. And we're gonna discard all of this wonderful, beautiful ingredients here. And we just made this amazing stock, okay? So what I'm gonna do is just kind of slide this aside. Here's basically our bouillabaisse, which is a curry on my end. So we're gonna heat the pan. Interesting thing, we're gonna start with the Thai red curry. We got this from the market here, from the internet. I call it the international store at the market. They have a little bit of everything. It's at the corner inside of the market, and I love that store. They have a little bit of everything. I do a lot of Italian cooking, so I get my fresh pasta dough from there. I get my cheeses sometimes from there and some of the other places in the market. But again, one of my favorite stores inside of the market. So we put maybe about a tablespoon of that curry, that red Thai curry in there. Now, when you're using this, the interesting thing about it is when you cook with this, it releases a lot of its natural oil, so it kind of goes up your nose and you start coughing a little bit. So if I start coughing, please, I apologize. But I'm gonna kind of move this around here, cook it through, almost like you would do with like a tomato paste if you're making like a nice tomato-y dish. We're cooking this through, okay? Then from there, what we're gonna do is add maybe about a cup full of our broth here. So that's just releasing a lot of that flavor that we're looking for in this dish. So some may ask, like, chef, you don't eat shellfish. How do you know what this tastes like? I have a wife, and my wife is my taste tester. She loves tasting these things. So she'll tell me, hey, it's a little too salty, it's a little too sweet. It should have a little of this and should have a little of that. And she's brutally honest, so she'll tell me what it needs, okay? So we're gonna kind of bring this back up. It's at medium-high heat. And we're gonna go ahead and add our coconut milk. Again, we got the coconut milk from the market. And don't worry about it kind of splashing out, it's fine. We're just gonna bring this to a boil along with one of my favorite ingredients, Thai fish sauce. Fish sauce is not great to smell. It's like one of the worst smells ever, but it gives a great, amazing flavor, amazing umami, and we're adding about a tablespoon or so of this in here. And we're just gonna bring this to a boil. Okay, we bring that to a boil. I'm gonna squeeze a little lime juice into this, and I'm gonna grab my knife. Cool little trick, if you ever wanna do lime juice, get your tongs Don't get your tongs caught. Get your tongs, grab your tongs like this, and squeeze like this. And you get all the juice out. And again, we're just looking for this to come to a boil. Now, what's gonna happen here is once this comes to a boil, we're gonna start adding some of our shellfish. So we have some Littleneck clams that we got from the West Side Market from Kate's Fish. And then we also have some mussels. We're gonna add these in once this comes to a boil and put a lid on it. Now, as you see, I'm working with a wok. It's one of my favorite things in the world to use is this wok. However, the wok doesn't have a lid. So I just have a sheet pan I'm just gonna put on top. You have to improvise. So I have a sheet pan we're gonna put right on top, and it's going to allow those amazing flavors to kind of come together and allow the mussels and the clams to open up here, okay? And I'm starting to see bubbles. We're gonna go ahead and start adding our clams. And then we're gonna add our mussels. I'm gonna add maybe about, let's say, I don't know, maybe about 8 mussels. There we go, about 8 mussels in there. And then they're going to come back up to a boil. Now what I'm going to do here again is put the sheet pan on and let them kind of open up. They need to be kind of covered so all that steam can actually open the clams and the mussels. I see some of the mussels starting to open already. Wow, look how beautiful that is. Here, just some of that flavor is getting right into the mussels, okay? Meanwhile, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on some of the other little small things here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a little cilantro to the dish here a little later on. So it needs a little cilantro, it needs a little freshness. We're gonna take some cilantro again from the West Side Market, from A&J Produce at the West Side Market. And mince this up a little bit. You got that there. And then one other thing that's actually not on the recipe here, and as this comes to a boil, I'm gonna put a lid on it and let this go. They had some amazing Thai basil at A&J, and it's not technically in the recipe, but I love the flavor of Thai basil, and why not? Why not add it on? So we're gonna add a little Thai basil in there too. Thai basil just has an amazing aroma, amazing flavor. And we're just going to add a couple of leaves here of the Thai basil. Stick that aside. My kitchen is a little cleaner than this at home. So we're just going to kind of cut up the Thai basil along with the cilantro. And we're gonna check back on these mussels and see whether the mussels and the clams. I know the mussels are good. I'm just gotta see about the clams. Clams still got a little work. Clams still got a work, yeah. Clams still got a little work. Mussels look great though. Yeah, clams are working now. They look like they're opening. There's one. Wow, look how beautiful that is. Woo. Okay, so this color is just amazing. If you guys can see that color that we're getting from that Thai curry paste, it's amazing. Now, if your curry gets a little, if your bouillabaisse gets a little thick, we still got a little of that broth that we made. You can actually thin it out a little bit with that. But what we're gonna do is go ahead and add our cilantro and our Thai basil right in there. Look at the green, just really brightens that flavor, brightens the color there. Beautiful. So you've noticed that we haven't added the shrimp, and then we have not added the cod as of yet. Because the shrimp and the cod cook so fast, we don't want to add that too early. So I'm going to go ahead and add the cod first. So what we do, again, Kate's Fish, I have this nice little 2 pieces of cod. I'm going to slide that right in there. I don't know what you guys are doing at home, but I'm telling you, this place smells amazing. I almost want to eat it and just deal with whatever happens afterwards. You know, whatever happens, you know, I have insurance, so it'll work, you know. So this is going, I'm going to kind of put a lid back on this for a couple of seconds, let that fish cook through. And then finally, we're going to add the shrimp. Clams are opening up. Yeah, look at those. Woo. Woo. Okay. Fish looks good, and we're gonna turn the fish over a little bit, nice and flaky. So finally, what we're gonna do is go ahead and add our shrimp. Final thing, a little shrimp here. Again, we used the shells to make our shrimp broth earlier.
What's that?
And we're just gonna let this shrimp cook through. And then we're pretty much done. We're just looking for a little pinkish tone on the shrimp. We don't want to overcook the shrimp, but we want it to be kind of nice and cooked through. Then what I'm going to do is just add a little more to the broth because it is getting a little thick there. Then we're going to talk about plating. Okay, so what I like to do here, as the shrimp continues to cook, I'm going to take everything else out and start plating. So what I like to do is just kind of take a couple of clams, maybe let's do 2 clams in each. Let's do like 3 of the mussels in each. Or you can just eat all of them if you like. I mean, you just eat it straight out this container if you like to do that. And then what we're gonna do is just take a piece of the fish, which is kind of falling apart there, which is good. We'll take a piece of the fish, and then take a couple of the shrimp here. And take 3 of the shrimp, okay? Then what we're gonna do here, guys, is we're going to take our paper towel, excuse me. Your paper towel, wipe our plates, make sure our plates look good. And then I am going to take my ladle, touch the heat here a little bit, get my ladle, and we're just going to ladle in that broth right over the top. Oh, I'm getting emotional in here. I said I wasn't going to cry today. I said I wasn't going to cry. So beautiful. Okay, so to finish this thing off here, we're going to take a little of our basil, our Thai basil. We'll move this out the way. A little of our Thai basil and our cilantro over the top. We'll take 1 more lime. We'll slice it in half. We'll quarter it. Put a couple of spaces here. Here, I'll take this one, squeeze it on the top. And that is our Thai bouillabaisse that I think is amazing.